Hello. Straight away, in fact, I think while reading through the Bible, I came across this passage in Deuteronomy 15, and I think it is explaining the origin of, let's say, ear piercing in the Bible. It may have been done before, but in the Bible it appears from this passage, and it is Deuteronomy chapter 15 from verse 16. In verse 16, it's saying, talking about when a slave uh, you own does not want to be set free or sent away. So it says, and if it happens that the slave says to you, I will not go away from you because he loves you or your house, since he prospers with you, then this is verse 17. Then you shall take an owl and thrust it through his ear to the door, and he shall be your servant forever. Also, to the female servant you shall do likewise. So, if you have servants in your house, like maid or whatever, slaves, in those days, you put a sign on the ear, on one ear, a sign that shows that this one will remain with you forever. So, piercing the ear was not just done for beauty, it had a meaning. And here the meaning is eternal slavery, because they will not be able to be separated from their master. They will remain a slave until death. And this is what it meant. So, people who are doing ear piercing today, because this law has not been abolished, I believe that spiritually it is still in action. They just go through ear piercing, and I mean, they still they just become spiritually slaves to somebody, to a spirit who is still using these verses or this command, because each commandment of God is really used by the devil in order to punish those who go against the God commandment. Jesus did not abolish these things. And this makes me understand why many people have had this heavenly experience. They come back claiming that God told them not to wear jewels, makeup, and things like that. Probably because, in the eyes of God, these things have meanings. You see, when God sees you with your ear pierced, he sees a slave to another master. When he sees you with makeup, because we don't know much about the meaning of those makeup things. Why do they do like this on the eyebrows? Why do they put powder? Why do they? Many people don't know why, because it's been so long and that knowledge has been like forsaken or forgotten. But spiritually, it is still acting on people. So, as I'm even wearing these, somehow spiritually you are a slave to a certain master who may not or might not be God Almighty, because he says you shall love God with all your soul, your spirit, and in some verses they say your body. So God is claiming our bodies, our souls, our spirit. So the whole part He created, He's claiming it for Himself. So if you still practice certain things that He is asking us not to practice again, in those days, God was the master of the law, but He is still the master, but He has gone above, beyond. So some entity spirit are still ruling over those kind of commandments. What am I explaining here? Anyway, so this could be explaining the origin of ear piercing. We just look at the beauty. Look, this is beautiful when you look at it, and there are many styles that we put, but what do they mean? Here we see that it means that you deliberately choose to remain a slave to a certain master. And nowadays, that master might not be God. And I understand why some people have had these visions where God is asking, especially women, not to pierce their ears, not to wear jewels, not to put on makeup, and to remain natural, because this is how He wants our bodies, just like He created them, without any artifice on it or any mark of any other master or devil. This is very deep, and I pray that God may give us more understanding. In Jesus' name, amen.